So what I want to submit that as far as the opening of the schools are concerned, uh, my view based on school should not be opened this year. It need to be declared as a zero academic year, and all students of all classes should be promoted. And one more point is should be promoted. Uh, yes, there's one more point. Why? Because जो सारे देश के पेरेंट्स है ना, उन majority, of course, exceptions are always there, but the majority's view is that they are not, they can't trust the government system, that their children will be protected. And the number of cases they are not, they don't want to send, and they don't want to give a chance to see that any casualty takes place, any bad things happen. So ultimately, my submission is that this need to be declared as a zero academic year. And I think that there is no difficulty in promoting all the students, because in 1966, when I was studying in class 9 in a Delhi one government-aided school, and at that time the teachers went on strike for 2 to 3 months. And then Delhi government was headed by, as a chief executive, government decided that promoted from class 9 to 10, and I was happy also. So I think if it happens, our parents as well as the children will be happy, all will be happy. And therefore and ये जो सोचते हैं लोग कि उसका एकेडमिक ईयर खराब हो गया और उसका जो भविष्य खराब हो गया, कैरियर खराब हो गया, ये सब फेलेशियस थिंकिंग है. लेट द चिल्ड्रन एंजॉय. क्या हुआ, एक साल अगर एजुकेशन नहीं हुआ तो let them children enjoy at home for the year, and all should be promoted. This is what my view is, and this is supported by almost all our parents all over the country.
Thank you, Ashok ji, for sharing your reflection. So, Ashok ji, do we also have any understanding of how Delhi government is looking at a reopening of school, and what is your reflection on that?
Delhi government, I think they are under a lot of stress from the parents also, that school should not be opened. But I think maybe I'm not sure about that. That private schools might be putting pressure on the government to open the school, because what is the latest news is that more than 80% of parents have not paid fees at all. So I don't know, but still my considered and firm view is that we should not go for any risk. We should not take a chance, and this year should be declared as a zero academic year, and all children should be promoted. Then all our parents as well as our children, students, all will be happy. No problem. No problem. And some countries are taking this view.
Yeah, thank you, Ashok ji, for sharing your view. Grappling with the technology, and how it actually is, fails us at a critical time, and we can just imagine what is happening with children at this point of a time. So I will move to the next burning issue that we all have been talking and discussing about. I think given the interest of time, we have only half an hour for the discussion. So I will now move to the digital education. We all have witnessed state government has taken initiative for sending WhatsApp messages, and there is a e-Vidya portal, there is a Diksha portal, and there's a lot of e-learning apps have been infused by various civil society organizations and also by the state government. So I would like to understand both from Praviji and Anji and also Ashok Bhai, what has been the situation in their state, and given that this experiment has been going on for about past 2 months, to what extent it has been enable children to learn something from this digital tool? What has been the preparedness of a teacher and how comfortable they have been to engage with this tool? So it will be very important to have a field level inside, because what we have been hearing that is going to be a blended approach. Technology will become a very strong part of the new education school system. So it will be important to understand what are the barriers to these online platform or digital provisions we are talking about. What kind of operational nightmares are there, or at all, if it is a resilient education we are talking about? So these are the 2-3 key points I would like Ashok ji and Praveen and Anil ji to speak about. अशोक जी, तो इस मेरा रिक्वेस्ट रहेगा हम दोनों ही जो मुद्दे हैं उस पर बात कर लेते हैं। जो दो मुद्दे हैं कि फी एजुकेशन का और डिजिटल एजुकेशन का, क्योंकि कनेक्टिविटी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है
रिगार्डिंग ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन ना, आई थिंक
जी जी।
तो ये ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन में एज फार एज टीचर्स आर कंसर्न्ड, दे आर वर्किंग वेरी हार्ड बिकॉज दे हैव ए फियर ऑफ लूजिंग जॉब एज वेल एज देयर सैलरीज. So they are working very hard to convince students and impart education through online.
Hello?
But the point is that
Hello?
how many?
Hello?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Continue.
अनिल जी थोड़ा वेट करेंगे, पहले अशोक जी से सुनते हैं, फिर आप ऑनलाइन रहेगा, इतनी बात आप आ जाएगा।
Sorry.
अभी कल मेरे से टेलीग्राफ के रिपोर्टर बात कर रहे थे and they were telling me that the government is going to take a decision for reducing the syllabus because classes are not taking place. तो ये इंटरमिक्स क्वेश्चन है about reduction of syllabus and the online classes going on. तो online classes देखो अभी तो बहुत सारे हमारे जो students हैं, are you hearing me?
Yes,
yes, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो इकोनॉमिकली कैपेबल नहीं है और ये सारे जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट चाहिए इन सब चीजों को एक्सेस करने के लिए, देन दे आर नॉट फ्रेंडली, दिस computer friendly. There's another problem, and third problem is that in class, in a school, a student remain about 6-7 hours, और आप 5-6 hours अगर उसके ऊपर क्लासेस देंगे और he has to stay with the computer, तो बहुत सारे कंप्लेंट्स ये भी आ रही हैं कि लोगों की आई साइट इफेक्ट कर रही है। और दूसरा ये कि जो कम्युनिकेशन है, जैसे अब हम लोग ये बीच में बात कर रहे हैं और कितना कम्युनिकेशन डिस्टरबेंस हो रहा है, इसी तरीके से उसमें भी बहुत सारा कम्युनिकेशन डिस्टरबेंस होता है। तो मैनी टाइम्स जो है वो जो टीचर और स्टूडेंट के बीच में इंटरेक्शन ही नहीं हो पाता है। और तीसरी बात ये कि जो ऑनलाइन सिस्टम है, इट इज नॉट ए सब्स्टिट्यूट फॉर क्लासेस। तो मेरा सबमिशन है, पर्सनल सबमिशन है, ये पर्सनल ओपिनियन है कि इट शुड बी स्टॉप्ड ऑल टुगेदर बिकॉज इट हैज नो मीनिंग। और जो गवर्नमेंट ये सोच रही है कि बेस्ड ऑन कितने दिन क्लासेस हो रही है, क्या हो रहा है, उसके बेसिस के ऊपर आप जो यू आर गोइंग टू रिड्यूस द सिलेबस, दिस इज अनदर ब्लंडर द गवर्नमेंट इज गोइंग टू डू इट, एंड their decision would be based on what? Talking with some teachers and talking with some students and some teachers and some parents. Can it be the base? The curriculums are decided by the expert body. Without going through that process, they are trying to take a short way to take a decision. I think that is also not good, and still we don't know when our school will reopen how they can take a decision about cutting, adding or modifying the syllabus. I think that is also a very serious issue. The government must take advice from the experts before making any amendment in the curriculum. And second, let us wait for the school. So this is all useless exercise. It's through this online system must be stopped at altogether, and let our children and parents must enjoy. This is what I want to say.
Thank you, Ashokji. I think there are many questions that will be coming on this from the legal point of view, and we would want to hear what the legal implication could be on that. But in the chat box, we have also received many questions related to this question about the school fee, and I think I want to add 2 points to this so that the panelists can reflect on. One is that private schools are charging fee or asking for the fee while when the schools are not open, and therefore they have started the online education so that there is some engagement with the children. But at the same time, what we have also been hearing that private schools have begun to cut the salary of the teachers and their staff, as well as many of the teachers have been because they don't have money to support the teacher and the staff. So in this situation, both from the teacher's point of view and also from the parents' point of view, understanding how it needs to be done and what is happening in your state vis-a-vis school fee, primarily with the private schools we are talking about. I would request Ashokji to share more on it. He has done a great work in Delhi. What are the way forward? How do we need to look at this issue?
देखिए, ये जो प्राइवेट स्कूल और फीस, ये तो फीस का इशू पहले से ही क्राइसिस में चल रहा है. लगभग 23 साल से ये इसका प्रॉब्लम बढ़ता ही जा रहा है. और अब जो है इस पेंडेमिक के अंदर, लॉकडाउन के अंदर, कोरोना क्राइसिस के अंदर और भी ग्रेव, it has entered into a gravest, I think, crisis now when schools are not functioning, और जो पेरेंट्स हैं उनका अर्निंग लेवल बहुत रिड्यूस हो गया है. ऑलमोस्ट many parents don't have even money to feed themselves. This is the situation. And then जो है कहाँ से फीस दे. और तीसरी प्रॉब्लम इसके अंदर जो है वो है फ्रॉम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ द स्कूल, दे आर सेइंग कि उनका टीचर्स का, एम्प्लॉइज का सैलरी भी है. तो हमें एक तो सबसे पहले ये समझना चाहिए कि ये प्राइवेट स्कूल का जो प्रॉब्लम है, जो इस टाइम ग्रेवेस्ट हो गया है, दिस इज ऑल बिकॉज वी हैव लेट डाउन आवर गवर्नमेंट स्कूल सिस्टम. और इसीलिए जो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल सिस्टम है वही, मतलब वहां से ही प्रॉब्लम है और वही से आंसर है इसका. तो हमें ये आज फिर से समझना पड़ेगा कि क्या हमें गवर्नमेंट स्कूल सिस्टम को जो है इम्प्रूव करना चाहिए, और अगर नहीं करेंगे तो ये आने वाले वक्त में और भी क्राइसिस बढ़ सकते हैं. अभी सवाल ये है कि जो बजट स्कूल्स हैं, जो लगभग 85% जो है हिंदुस्तान में बजट स्कूल्स हैं, छोटे जहाँ 200 रुपए, 300 रुपए, 400 रुपए, 500 फीस ली जाती है, वो स्कूल की हालत तो बहुत ही खराब हो गई है. उसमें ऑलमोस्ट 80% तो स्कूल वालों ने एम्प्लॉइज ही निकाल दिए, टीचर्स ही निकाल दिए, और 80% पेरेंट्स ने उनको जो है फीस दी ही नहीं है. और इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट, वन मोर इंटरेस्टिंग एस्पेक्ट है कि पेरेंट्स ने वॉलेंटरली अपने बच्चों को ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन से भी विड्रॉ कर लिया है, क्योंकि जब वो ऑनलाइन आएंगे तो टीचर बोलेगा फीस जमा करो, तो ऑनलाइन से भी विड्रॉ कर लिया है. तो ये डिपेंड क्राइसिस में चला गया है. और जहां तक जो बिगर स्कूल्स हैं, जो सो कॉल्ड बिग स्कूल्स हैं, वहां पर कुछ पेरेंट्स ने जमा कर दिया है, लेकिन मेजोरिटी जो है वो दे आर स्टिल अनेबल टू पे. इवन मिडिल क्लास, जो अपर थोड़ा मिडिल क्लास है, वो भी सफर कर रहा है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों का बिजनेस भी बैठ गया है. तो ऐसी स्थिति में जो है व्हाट इज द सोल्यूशन ये है कि अभी तो हम लोगों का कहना ये है कि कम से कम 3 महीने का फीस जो है वो तो आप बिल्कुल वेव ऑफ कर दो. 3 महीने का, अप्रैल, मई, जून, एंड लेट अस रिव्यू इट इन जुलाई, क्या पोजीशन होता है. और हमारा कहना ये भी है कि जो मेजोरिटी स्कूल्स हैं, जो बिग स्कूल्स हैं, उन्होंने पिछले 20 साल में इतना पैसा कमाया है कि अगर वो चाहे तो 1 साल पूरे जो है एम्प्लॉइज को, बिना फीस लिए हुए एम्प्लॉइज को अपनी सैलरी दे सकते हैं. तो वो लोग जो है वो इससे बचना चाह रहे हैं, और ये प्रेशर क्रिएट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि टीचर्स को सैलरी देना है। तो अभी राइट नाउ यही है कि 3 महीने का जो है वो वेव ऑफ होना चाहिए, नंबर 1। दूसरा ये कि कोई फीस इंक्रीज नहीं होनी चाहिए इस साल के अंदर, बिल्कुल टोटली नो इंक्रीज। एंड थर्ड ये है कि जब स्कूल खुलेंगे उस वक्त ये पेरेंट्स के साथ बैठकर डिसाइड करें कि फीस कैसे सेटल करनी है, क्योंकि अगर ये नहीं करेंगे तो बहुत सारे जो प्राइवेट स्कूल्स हैं वो मुझे लगता है कि वर्ज ऑफ क्लोजर है, क्लोज हो जाएंगे। और बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स जो है क्लोज नहीं भी होंगे तो बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स अपने बच्चों को विड्रॉ कर लेंगे। अब सवाल ये है कि पेरेंट फिर से फंस गया, पहले तो गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में ना जाके प्राइवेट में आया, अब प्राइवेट से मजबूरी में निकालेगा तो जाएगा कहाँ, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल स्टिल नॉट फंक्शनिंग वेल। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा क्राइसिस है। मुझे लगता है कि नेशनल लेवल पे हम लोगों को इसके ऊपर चर्चा करनी चाहिए एंड वी शुड कम टू सम कंक्लूजन। थैंक यू। हेलो।
Thank you, Ashok ji. And there are also a few questions that have come up. So I will take only a few critical questions that have been shared by our participant to the panelists. I think you can decide which question you want to take, but I think they can be, each one of you can reflect on that. Ashok ji, one of the critical point has come in when you were talking about the budget school, how they are going to run if they don't charge fees. So that is one question has come in because it is also a livelihood for many of the people, and especially in a rural context. And what happens to the children who will not be part of a budget schools when they are closed? So that is a one question people are asking. And other question is related to what you have been talking about, the zero academic year. What happens to the children if we declare the zero academic year? Do you see it's going to be a dropout and children engaging in a child labor and other activities? So these are the two critical issues have come from participants. I would request you to again reflect both from the legal part of it and also how we can address as a group.
So I think what is in the interest of the child, we should see nothing else. We should not see anybody's interest except the children's interest. And the children's interest is that they should not be sent to school in such a bad situation when more and more corona cases are coming up, and governments have literally failed to handle them. And we know all over country, barring some south states, that what is the status of health services. So they should not be. Now the question is, merely because they are not going to school, will they become the child labor? No, I don't think. Merely because of the reason that children not going to school because schools are closed. अब हम लोग 2 महीने की छुट्टी होती है, फिर 15-20 दिन की फिर छुट्टी होती है, तो वी शुड लेट अस टेक इट कि भाई बजाय 2 महीने की छुट्टी अब 12 महीने की छुट्टी हो गई है. How it makes a difference of that? So I don't think that merely because schools are closed, child labor will increase. I don't think child labor will increase in the context when lakhs and lakhs of poor migrant labor have migrated from cities to some other places. That will result. My estimate is that suppose schools are open, then in government schools there will be a reduction of enrollment from 30 to 35%. There is possibility of reduction because of this migration. And then at the same time, in the private schools also, there will be a reduction in enrollment from 5 to 10% for so many reasons, because many parents will not be able to afford fees also. That will one of the reasons. And then migration also. There are certain children who have parents have been migrated along with the children, and they were studying in the private school, like EWS students. Many EWS students under Right to Education Act, taking education in private schools, their parents have migrated along with the children. If they don't come back, there will be dropout. So this is one part. Second part is budget schools. budget schools, we are always opposed to these budget schools, right from day one. So many NGOs are supporting it for whatever reason, I don't know. But we have been always opposing because they are not fulfilling the norms. Basic norms they don't fulfill. 85% of the budget school don't fulfill the basic norms. Now 2010 Act, now we are in 2020. They have not been able. They don't pay proper salaries to the staff. So these, according to me, all these budget school must be closed. Must be closed, and all children should be shifted to government system. Now again, question comes to that we have to improve the government system. There is no other choice as far as we have seen these private hospitals and public hospitals not functioning. Private hospitals not responding to the problem, and what is happening? So we have no alternative in both areas, education and health. We have to strengthen our public education system. There is no other way at all. We have to think again, and all of us have to think again in the interest of children and the interest of nation. I think one more question. Hello.
आपकी आवाज अशोक जी थोड़ा ब्रेक हो रही है.
अब आ रही है?
हाँ अभी आ रही है.
हाँ, तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कोई और क्वेश्चन है इसका?
जी सर, बस अभी यही क्वेश्चन है अशोक जी. आई थिंक थैंक यू सो मच. हम अगर कुछ आएगा आपसे फिर कनेक्ट करेंगे.
वेलकम.
थैंक यू.